What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the lap down challenge against 0% AI. I'm not that quick, but this is my time trial of the time before this. But we're going to be doing this in Pierre Gasly's Alpine car. We don't like Esteban Ocon here. Showing you that this is truly going to be on 0% AI. Just the better things, and let's finally get into this. So Belgium, of course, is probably going to be one of the harder tracks to do this just because it's a quick track. Here's my qualifying lap. And then this is us setting the strategy for the race. I started on the mediums, finished off on the softs. I figured that we'd make most of the time up on the softs anyways. So mediums to softs, and we're going to do obviously a strategy because why not? And now we are ready to get underway for our first attempt at this lap down challenge. 5 red lights, and away we go. And we're just going to pull over to the side, and we're going to let all the lap cars go by. How you guys doing?
And now we sit
You guys
here
doing good?
and wait for the cars to go by.
And the VSC is deployed, and this is where I kind of effed up with this first attempt here. Safety car is out, so the cars are going to be going slower, and we're going to speed this up just that way you guys don't have to watch all 4 minutes of this lap unfold, or 5 minutes, however long this is. And because we couldn't stop on track at all for this, we had to just keep going at 2 miles an hour across the start-finish straight. I mean, it took us a minute to get just over the safety car line here, and we're just going to keep going. They're in Sector 2 now. VSC is ending, so they're getting up to racing speed here. The VSC was because of me, and I didn't realize this at the time, but we did. So they're coming through the fast straight. They're coming through Sector 3, coming up to the bus stop, and now we pull over to the side because they're coming down the main straight here. And we're ready to get going with this. We're ready to get through. Max Verstappen puts up the fastest lap. They're coming through, and the safety car comes out right about now. So safety car was deployed, and we said that we messed this up. So we're going to go out of the settings menu. We're going to turn the safety car off, but rules are still going to be on. We're going to do our qualifying lap again, and we're going to set the strategy for this, the second part of this race, which is essentially the same thing. I'm just trying to mess around with it here, see if I can get any faster time at all, or faster projected race time, which is a no. Going to put the fuel back up to 13 laps, and we're going to get underway here for this Grand Prix here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights are on, and we are underway for this lap down challenge, the official one. We're just going to pull over to the side. I had to pause my wheel because of the wheel glitch. And we're going to just cut to a little bit later here.
There's a McLaren leading the race, by the way.
Who is that?
It's a Lando Norris. Andy Whitley leading the race. Where's Verstappen at? No. Verstappen's in P somehow.
Fast forwarding ahead here a little bit. We're just waiting for these lap cars to go by, to my surprise, with Lando Norris leading a race in Formula 1 finally. Still just kind of going forward. Our tires are going to be stone cold by the time we start this. But this is just to show off my pace, and I will preface this. I did have to flash back a little bit, but I couldn't hide it that well. That's just a fact. But they're coming around the final corner now at the bus stop. Lando Norris just at the fastest lap with a 2-minute 3.8 so far for the first lap, and they're coming through this tight right-hander here. And we're just going to let them go by. Stone cold tires, no safety cars on, no nothing. Sergio Perez enters the pit lane and puts on fresh mediums. Now, at the time, I didn't know why he did this, but he did this obviously because there's an incident with him in Hamilton, which I'll show you guys a little bit later on in this video. But we are continuing on, and I'm going to show you guys the entirety of this first lap. Now, going up Eau Rouge and Radion here on stone cold tires, I was a little bit scared. That's why I was down in 7th gear. But we're going to just keep kind of going forward. Keep going down this main straight, and we're already catching Valtteri Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou in the Alfa Romeos. And we're actually catching up quite nicely here, I will say, for the lack of pace that I have. I want you guys to count to how many off tracks I had for this part, or for this little thing in the video. But we have 11 laps to try to lap the field through, and Moving around Valtteri Bottas, that was a bit slow, and I will say, looking back through this video, I really feel like I needed to maneuver this lap traffic well as Ricardo takes a racing line. We're trying to unlap ourselves. They don't have to move out of the way, but we do. We have to give way for them because we technically still have blue flags. So Yuki Tsunoda, we almost go right, careering right into the back of him. And we touch him, just a little tap, saying, hey, we're here, we're checking the car for damage still, and there's none there. We're going to go around the outside of Logan Sargent and Nico Hulkenberg, or around the outside of Hulkenberg. Waiting for Sargent, we're going to go once again around the outside of Logan Sargent. And still moving up in lap number 1. We are technically unlapped from the bottom down, but we still have yet to catch up to the actual cars here, and Pierre Gasly's Alpine. Esteban Ocon is up here, and I realize we probably could have went a little bit faster in Max Verstappen's Red Bull car, but that's not really relevant right now. We get a little bit of damage from Alex Albon, but you guys aren't seeing this at all. This isn't happening totally. For the first time ever, we're going around the outside of Esteban Ocon, and for the first time ever, we're going to overtake Alex Albon cleanly. This time, as Verstappen says, a 2-minute lap time, and these AI cars do not break 2 minutes throughout the entirety of this video, which has kind of helped me. But we're going to do a Le Mans style send up the inside of Oscar Piastri to get P9, and we're going to unlap ourselves up to P9 in this race. So we are still technically a lap down from the leaders here, chasing down Fernando Alonso on lap number 2, and I didn't cut any of this out. Just because I wanted you guys to see it, but we're going to go around the outside of Fernando Alonso here. Gonna try to go past Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll moving out of the way, actually blocking off his teammate as we go in to this quick left-right here, chasing down Max Verstappen, who is still in P8, or still in P6, by the way. He hasn't gained much time. As we're gonna go around the outside of Max Verstappen on 0% AI. I actually look kind of good when I race against 0% AI, but I'm absolutely trash at this game. Going down the inside of George Russell there, shaking down Charles Leclerc. We're still a lap down from these guys, so we're still a lap down from Lando Norris, who's the leader of this race, as we go down the inside of Carlos Sainz here. I forget this quarter name already, but we're making up good time. Our last lap was a 4-minute 15.9, and we're gonna try to get rid of that. So Lewis Hamilton, of course, we hit him at a bad time here, going through this corner. But we end up making the move done, and we're going to take care of Lando Norris pretty quickly. So now it is our goal to try to catch up and try to chase these guys down, try to hunt these guys down, because we are now officially on the lead lap. We're on lap 2 out of 11 now. Not many laps to try to get this, so we're going to speed this up to the next section. We set the fastest lap of the game. And you guys are going to hear my steering wheel pick up my microphone pick up my steering wheel a little bit. It's just on my desk and the desk vibrates, but still, once again, charging ahead, trying to get some time down, and track limits totally don't exist at this track. But we're gonna stop the speeding up because we are about to set another fastest lap of the race, I think. And I don't understand why, but we almost lose it back in a little bit there. Coming across the line, another fastest lap, 148.1. Approaching the pit window, so we're going to be pitting in about 2 laps time. Tire wear looks pretty good on the softs right now. We're going to skip a little bit ahead to the end of this lap, and we are purple in 2 sectors again, and we're going to set another lap time of 147.5, so it's almost a 5/10 improvement for that lap. But skipping a little bit up ahead here to lap 5. Once again, not our lap, but what happens here in this clip, I have no idea, but we're still charging ahead of the pack. We're still charging, trying to get ahead of these guys here. Just kind of showing you the lap that I did, I think is what I'm trying to do with this. This is post-editing. I didn't have time to really edit this through because I had I have work and all that stuff, but left this part in down here, going through El Rovage. I think this is what this corner is. Coming up to this bus stop chicane here on lap 6, and we're going to dive it into the pit lane for a fresh set of soft compound tires. So we were on the mediums, actually, and not too bad looking on mediums. I think I said softs. I have no idea what's happening anymore. I'm just out of it. Like I said, this video was recorded 12 days ago. I'm finally getting around to finishing it up. But into the pits we must go, E-I-E-I-E-I-O, and 2.4 seconds from the team, not bad. 39 seconds down from Alex Albon. And I think the AI need to make a stop as well, so we are actually ahead of, we're actually stop ahead and now of the AI, almost losing it back in a little bit there with those cold tires, the stone cold, as we're going to skip ahead just a little bit here, because we are catching the AI by a lot. Now this is closer than I wanted it to be, this is closer than I expected it to be, but on realistic cars in the Alpine, it really didn't do it much, as the AI are making their pit stop finally. We said a purple sector 2, English, and a purple sector 3, so we're gonna be absolutely rapid this time around. 16 seconds back from Guan Yu Zhou. No rain coming on for the race. It is getting cloudy though. As we are once again charging to the pack, and we're gonna catch these lower AIs, so I'm thinking this is possible. I'm thinking that we can actually do this. But so this lap we need to have an explosive lap. I'm thinking we just need to get out, we just need to have an explosive lap here, and we just need to do it. But what lap number is this again, by the way? Oh boy. Anyways, on lap 911, we are now right on the back of Guan Yu Zhou, just less than a second out, and we are now finally starting to charge ahead of the pack. Or not ahead of the pack, we're finally starting to make our way through the midfield, or through the backfield. We get DRS from Alexander Albon, and at Williams, he's trying to make a move on Daniel Ricciardo. So I think that I'm going to go just right down the inside of both of them, overtake two cars. We get some side pod damage there. And once again, for the first time, going right down the inside of Alex Albon and Daniel Ricciardo, making two overtakes in one. I'm not afraid to admit I use flashbacks. I'm fucking terrible at this game, so I kind of need to use them. I apologize for those who call me a fraud. I will accept that. But now Logan Sargent just taking his sweet time there through that chicane, and we just make quick work of him as we're running through the field. These are all for position, by the way. So these are all going to be good. And I'm going to be showing you guys these last 3 laps, because these last 3 laps are full of overtakes and are full of random things. We go around down the inside of Esteban Ocon. Fuck you, Ocon. But like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys these last 3 laps because they're full of the overtakes and are full of the action here. Really. Making a good time to Kevin Magnussen up there in P10. He's on the mediums. And then we have a little bit of time. But look at that gap between, I think that's Perez and Carlos Sainz or Charles Leclerc that's up there. That gap between that Red Bull and that Ferrari car ahead of Fernando Alonso. So we do have some time to make up, but I have a feeling we're going to make it up anyways, as we're going to go, are we going to send it down the inside of Kevin Magnussen? Yes, we will, Le Mans style once again. And that moves us up into P11 in this race. Fernando Alonso now just ahead of us. We got the DRS from Kevin Magnussen, by the way, for sending it down the inside of Fernando Alonso and Oscar Piastri. And McLaren, there's a pack of 3 of them in there that I didn't see. And now we're going to send it down the inside of Lance Stroll.
We ain't fucking pussies here.
And just essentially me saying that's how we make up fucking places here. We aren't pussies, and we don't lay back on any of this. Look at that gap, 9.4 seconds to Carlos Sainz. So, well, I'm burning the DRS because I realized that if we're going to actually do this challenge, if we're going to actually complete this lap down challenge, then we need to at least get him, we need to get a move on here on lap 10. So, track limits once again, going around the outside of Sergio Perez. Definitely try not to be a slouch at this moment. Whenever I was recording this, I did not have much practice with the game. I had just gotten back to it recently, so there's that. The lap down challenge, 3.4 seconds out of Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen, and I think them battling actually kind of helped me, but Lando Norris down into P3 now. Max Verstappen up 1 place though, so that Red Bull not as good as I thought it would be. Track limits once again here on lap number 10. There's Carlos Sainz. This should be an easy overtake, just going around the outside there. Then 2.4 seconds to Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and Lando Norris, that little pack of 3 as we're about to come on to the last lap. And we're going to gain a lot of time through these corners as well because 0% AI are just terrible through the corners. Like right here, we were 2 seconds back going into the bus stop, and then coming out of the bus stop, we're gonna make one place on Max Verstappen, 2 on Charles Leclerc. We're gonna send it down the inside of Lando Norris. Yes, we are down the inside of Lando Norris, and didn't lose the back end there totally. And we are up into P3. We have 2 places to make up now to complete this lap down challenge against 0% AI and an Alpine. Not a challenge that I thought I would do, by the way, because the Alpine is absolutely terrible whenever it comes to this. If you're going to do a lap down challenge, do it in a Red Bull or do it in a Williams, whatever, but I did mine in the Alpine of Pierre Gasly because, of course, my name. But we caught up quickly to George Russell here. We're going to send it around the outside of George Russell, which means we only have 1 car to overtake, and that is Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis Hamilton is right there going slowly through the corner because it's 0% AI. They're going to be absolutely terrible. Well, Gear 5, Gear 4 going down the inside of Lewis Hamilton, and it's done. Lap down challenge is done, and we have did it. We have did it. English. But we have done the lap down challenge officially. I honestly didn't think I was going to do it, but there we go. Came right down to the wire too, but we essentially just did it. The lap down challenge. I want you guys to count how many times I ran wide at that corner, how many times I ran wide at all, and if I should use stricter track limits next time. But we've done it. We have done the official lap down challenge. That was absolutely awesome to see. Us actually get this done. I want to do more stuff like this, not just with this game, but with other games as well, so let me know. But checkered flag coming across the line. We're going to take victory from being a lap down here at Spa on 0% AI. First place, Pierre Gasly is a race winner before this, so we don't really need to predict that. But we're going to look at the race director here just to see everything that unfolded. We're going to look at our lap time. So our fastest lap was on 146.4. That's evident to see.
Fucking minutes for a lap time. Oh lord.
4-minute lap time.
I'm checking out those 146 though, honestly. For me, that isn't bad, but you don't want me out here running like fucking 146.
I do not know what I'm saying there.
Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton was the fastest car on track and he did 2 minutes.
Hamilton's fastest lap was a 2-minute lap time.
Perez had a collision with Hamilton, that's why he had the pit. So technically it was a car, but I mean, I still finished for fuck you guys. Fernando Alonso got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags, or did he?
So this is the incident with Perez and Hamilton. This is what caused Perez to have his rear wing changed or front wing changed out. But thank you guys so much for watching this one. Let me know if you guys want to see more stuff like this, because I will definitely do more things like this in the future. I think I have one more F123 video to make before I just call it. So there's that. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this one, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
That's where he doesn't have an unplayed anymore.